Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today, I'm excited to share with you guys yet again another amazing timepiece. And this is one by a company, it's a micro-brand company. The brand name is called Oceaneva. And they're a newer micro-brand company. If you're not familiar with what a micro-brand is, it's basically exactly what it sounds like it is. It's just a smaller brand company who usually will provide or produce watches in a smaller, limited edition quantity. Sometimes those range from, $250. Other times I've seen them go up to $1,000. It really just depends on the company. And this is a company that is a partner company of another company that I reviewed a while back, one of their other timepieces. It's very similar. And the watch I'm going to share with you guys today, just like the one that I reviewed a couple months ago, which I'll share with you guys again at a later date, is it's a Submariner homage watch. Now, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know I've done a few Rolex videos, and I don't hate Rolex by any means. I just think that you can get a lot of watch for a lot less. If you want to buy a Rolex watch, more power to you. I think it's great. If money was, no option for me, I was a rich guy, I'd probably have one as well, but I just can't rationalize the price for what you pay for that watch when you can get exceptional watches with just as great tolerances in the production for a fraction of the price. And again, to each their own, but this is another company making a micro-brand homage watch to a Submariner. And again, it's called Oceaneva. What I was going to say before I start rambling on to that stuff about the Rolex thing is that this company was part of a Kickstarter launch with the other company that's called, if I can remember correctly, Aquasea. I always forget that one. And this is just their sister company. They're producing a similar watch, just a little bit larger and more, in line with what you'd get in the Submariner size. And I believe they make the Submariner a few different sizes. Again, I'm no Rolex expert by any means, but let me just go ahead and show it to you right here. And this is the bad boy right here. And I gotta tell you, I've been wearing this for a few days, and I really appreciate the quality. The design, I can't really say that it's anything unique because it is a Submariner copy. You see a lot of different companies making these. I reviewed many, I have many, and it's the kind of watch I wear when like today I went for a job interview, and I wouldn't want to go in there with my big, giant, gaudy Invicta watch just because you kind of have to, in some cases, kind of adapt, you know what I mean? Especially if you're looking to get hired somewhere. Sometimes wearing something over the top, although that might be your style, if it's something to maybe show off after you get your foot in the door, or if you're going to a business meeting or whatnot, you might not want something large like an Invicta. Again, it's totally up to you. It's to each their own, but I wore this one today, and you might recognize the color, and if you are familiar with some of the Rolex models, this is what we call the Coke edition. Coca-Cola, basically, you get your red and black. They make a Pepsi, not this company, but Rolex makes a Pepsi, which is the blue and red. The Batman, which is black and blue, which this company also makes. And I think it's an exceptional piece. We're wearing it for a few days. The quality is there. I really appreciate just the way the watch feels on the wrist. So before I ramble on too much, I am going to go ahead and tell you some specifics about this particular model, tell you about some of the other variations of this particular watch, and again, give you some price points, and then I'll show you what most of you guys come to the channel for when it comes to watches, is seeing what the watch looks like on the wrist. And I will show you a couple close-ups here in just a second. So let me just start. Let me put the watch down. I want to tell you guys, this watch is available in, looks like 10 different variations. You can get it in the, looks like rose tone and silver two-tone. You get it in the all silver stainless steel like this, and most of these watches, they don't make an all gold variation. It's got to be a two-tone. So you have the rose tone and black face, black bezel, rose tone and silver band or bracelet. Then you have that same two-tone combo, except in a yellow tone gold with stainless steel and a mother of pearl blue face and blue bezel. And of course, as far as your stainless steel variations, you have the one I showed you, what I call the Coke. The face on this one here is more of just a gloss. Looks like almost like wet piano paint, you know what I mean? Just on the face, so it's very, very glossy. Then of course you have the black mother of pearl. You have the, looks like the, doesn't look like this one's mother of pearl, but looks like it's a black face with like an OD green bezel. You have the baby blue mother of pearl with the black bezel. You have the Batman, which I believe when I went to order this, I don't think they had that in stock. Otherwise, I would have got that one. That's the black and blue with the black face. Then, of course, you have white face, black bezel, and a black on black, your classic Submariner, one of the most common colors in the Submariner. Your black bezel, black base. A couple different variations also on the bezel. Some of these have a ceramic bezel, which I actually have a sample of that bezel. I will show you in a second. Very thick bezel, very, very nice quality. And of course, the one that I have, which I didn't realize when I ordered it, is an aluminum bezel. Nothing wrong with aluminum, but ceramics where it's at because you're not going to scratch it. Although I never scratch any of my watches, so it's not a huge deal to me. I just would have went with the Batman because I like that black and blue, but this would be my second choice right here. So as far as price points are concerned, they range in price. The retail on these is about $1,200, and right now they are on sale. I'm not sure how long that sale is going to last, or if the price is going to go up, or if that's just kind of what a lot of companies do with their MSRP, and they put a sale price and they leave it at that. So they are on sale right now. As far as I know, that's going to last. But if you're interested in a watch, you snooze, you lose. I always say that. You see something you like, get it if it's within your means. So the price points, I'm not going to tell you each color combination price point. You got $524, $549, $499, $489. It looks like this is, believe it or not, the least expensive version of all the watches on here. Which is normally, when companies reach out to me and say, hey, we want to send you a sample, which one do you want? I normally go with the higher end version, but again, that was because they didn't have the black and blue. And I did kind of wonder when the company said, we're going to send you a ceramic bezel sample, I didn't realize the one I was getting was aluminum. But it's pretty cool, I get to show you guys both, okay? So that's it right there. Price point on the low end, $489, and on the high end, $549, and that really has to do with, again, the color combination. The ceramic bezel is going to cost a little bit more, but they're all in line, similar price points. So as far as specifics on this watch, let me just go ahead and show you some close-ups so I can keep your attention here. You can see it's got a unidirectional rotating bezel. For those of you guys who need to hear that bezel turn, that's what it sounds like. And again, on this one here, guys, I want you to really understand, I really appreciate this watch. The only thing about it, if you are a guy who's going to use this more as a tool watch, if you are a diver, this is a true dive piece, so this can be used as a diver's watch. This is a little bit difficult to turn. The bezel doesn't quite stick up high enough where you can really turn this easily, and it is a little bit tight. Now that's not a bad thing for me. I could care less because I'm not a diver. I rarely turn the bezel. I used to turn the bezel once in a while when I was going to go ahead and take a break and set my brakes at work, but not a big concern to me. You can see that black, hopefully you can see the high gloss face. It does have a domed sapphire crystal on this one here. Let me just double check that before I put my foot in my mouth here, just to make sure it is a sapphire crystal. Yeah, it is a nearly scratch-proof, anti-reflective domed sapphire crystal, so it's going to give you the most scratch resistance. It is 316L stainless steel. That's surgical-grade stainless steel. It's pretty much what most watch companies use, with the exception of Rolex and a few other ones that use a 19, I believe it's a 904L. To me, it's a marketing gimmick. I don't think there's any real need to have 904, but nonetheless, this is going to last you a long time. The tolerance is in the band, not a lot of wobble, so it's a real tight fit. Very, very precise tolerances in this particular bracelet. To my understanding, this does have solid end links. Each link is actually solid. There are no hollow links, of course, like you might find on some older Rolexes. You have your Oceaneva logo on the back with the trident. Hopefully, you can kind of see that by the video here. Kind of turn it around here. And this is an automatic timepiece as well. You have a triple sealed screw down crown, so you got a lot of water resistance. You have your helium release valve on the side right here. That's traditional to any kind of dive watch you're gonna find that has a rating on this, and I believe this one goes down to 3,300 feet or 1,000 meters. So this is a true dive watch. They are limited edition to 1,000 pieces. I believe that's of each. You do get a 4-year international warranty and a first class fit and finish. It does come with the case. I'm going to show you guys in a second. And the bezel on this one here, again, aluminum bezel, and has BGW9 luminescence. And I have to tell you, last night, I was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was in bed. I was watching a movie, and I had the watch on my wrist, and I couldn't believe how much lume was coming off it. And the thing about that is that the lume was on there like for half an hour. I said, "There's no way this is standard lume. It must be like I believe it's called tridonite." Tridonite, if I'm saying that thing. You know, the one that's the radioactive, it breaks down, you know, and you always have a glow coming off it. I thought for sure it had to be that because it was lasting so long. I went ahead, I checked the internet site here, checked the website, and sure enough, it's not that particular material. It's just standard lume. And let me tell you, there's nothing standard about this lume. Of all the 151 watches I have, this one here is one of the best looms on anything that I have. And I have ones by Sterling, Invicta, Aragon, Aquadive. Aqua Dive is still the best, but the Loom on this is exceptional. I could not believe how long it lasted, which made me go and grab my Aqua Sea watch by the same company. I charged it up into the light for a little while, and this thing was glowing for over an hour. I was blown away, and I really appreciate the quality and the amount of lume they put on this. It just looked totally 3D when you had the bezel and all the indices. Just awesome looking. Definitely functional. Definitely something that I'm glad that I have in my collection. What I like about this watch too is that they didn't just make it a complete Submariner homage watch, like almost like a copy. They have the Submariner look, of course, with most of the watch, and then what they did is they made a the buckle on this is basically a copy of an Omega buckle. You have your dual push button release on the side, and you have a diver's extension. So what that is meant for is if you are a diver and you have a wetsuit on, you can get a little more extension. So basically, if you were to close this like so, you're wearing it like normal. You pop open that Omega styled clasp, you open the dive extension, and then you put it back on your wrist like so, and it gives you that extension just to get over your wrist, okay? If you have a dive suit on, or maybe a big sweater, who knows what you're wearing, but that's the principle behind it. You have your Aqua Sea Trident logo on the back of the clasp. Guys, everything about this watch is just really exceptional, and the price point's pretty amazing. I hear a lot of guys, they say, oh man, you want a good quality watch, get a Steinhardt Ocean 1. And although I've never had a Steinhardt, I would like to have one in my collection eventually. This is on par with the price point there. So if you're in the market for getting a watch that's styled like a Rolex, that gives you the feel of Rolex, but at the fraction of the cost, this is a great option. Now, you might be wondering, what kind of movement does this have? Well, this one here is powered by a very well-known, very reliable, very, very high-end Swiss-made Sellita. It's the SW200-1 automatic. It's got 26 joules, a 38-hour power reserve, and it beats at 28,800 beats per hour at 4 hertz. It is hackable and it has a quick date feature, and quick date means that when the date actually turns, it snaps. There's no delay or slow wind. It snaps right to that date, and that's about it. It does say on the website here that the movement in this one is equivalent to the ETA 2824. It's virtually identical, except the Sellita has one extra joule. I swear to God, sometimes making videos is not the easiest thing. An extra joule, which helps to prevent wear. So that's about it in a nutshell, guys. I mean, just an awesome looking watch. Like I said, I've been wearing it since I got it, and I love it. Now, I know it's not a big, giant dive watch, but it's a great watch to have in your collection. If you're looking for something that's styled like a Submariner, it's going to give you that look, that feel, again, at a fraction of the cost. And you're getting a Swiss-made Sellita movement. The price point is pretty amazing for this. I mean, even when you look at other watch companies, the Sellita is used in a lot of different watch companies that cost thousands of dollars, and they're putting it in this watch for $489. I mean, it's a great value. It's an exceptional piece, and I think if you're looking for something styled like a Rolex, get it for your collection. You won't be disappointed. So, all right, let me go on and show you what the case looks like. They give you sort of like what Invicta does with their dive watch cases. I like the fact this is a lot smaller. The Invicta cases tend to be really huge. Very similar to what they give you here. You do have a pressure valve on this here. It is watertight, of course. Two latches. This is very similar to the box. It's almost like a generic box that you'd get. I have this box also. Delta T uses this, another awesome micro-brand watch company. And this is what the inside looks like. You have a polishing cloth. Here's my extra links I took out. I'll show you that in just a second here. Show you how many I had to take out for my wrist. The bezel, I'm going to show you guys that in a second. You have your Oceaneva tag, of course, polishing cloth, your warranty card. Sorry guys. I guess it helps to be able to see it. Warranty card, and that's about it. They do give you an extra band and a tool, although I'm not really a rubber band kind of guy, but if you were a diver and said, hey, I don't want to scratch it, they do give you a genuine Aqua Sea, looks like a polyurethane or silicone strap. And that's about it. Great looking case, great way to protect your watch, and that's about it. And you guys know I'm not really a huge case guy. I keep everything on lock and safe. So, all right, so as far as the bezel, this is the difference in the bezel. You can see how thick the ceramic bezel is on this. Very, very high quality, very nice bezel. A lot of other companies, when you're getting a watch that has ceramic, it's very, very thin. This is definitely, they definitely put a lot of attention to detail. Now, this is just a sample. There is no loom on this bezel, of course. I believe the final product does actually have loom, but don't quote me on that. Check the website. But pretty awesome. And you can see the comparison to the aluminum bezel and give you an idea what it would look like if it was the Batman edition. Kind of get an idea. Now, I have a 7-inch wrist, and so this watch, if you're a smaller guy, and 7 inches is a pretty small, I'd say, I guess it's an average size wrist for a guy who's my size, my height, and my weight, I guess. But if you're a skinnier guy, I weigh about 170 pounds, about 5'7.5". And, you know, for me, a lot of the watches that I have from all these different companies, you're able to downsize a little bit more. So I always tell you, hey, if you have a 6-inch wrist, this is going to work for you. This particular watch will, in my opinion, I don't know if you can remove that link. I have 2 more removable links on this watch. Now, there are no arrows on it, which makes me wonder if they are removable. I'm not going to attempt that, but I would say if you are a guy with a 6.5-inch wrist and these links are removable, that is going to be the smallest wrist size you can get with this watch. Now, they do look like the standard push pins, just like the other one, so even though they're not arrowed, and the arrow just tells you which direction to push the pin out, in my opinion, I believe you could get this down a little bit smaller, but let me just double check that there. Now, I stand corrected. Now, these are your end links for the clasp. So basically, this is as small as it gets. So if you have a wrist smaller than a 7-inch wrist, this will not fit you unless you want to just go ahead and wear the silicone strap, which you don't buy a watch like this with this beautiful bracelet if you're just going to not use the bracelet. And you can see, to get it down there, I had to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 links. You see the direction arrows on there. So 6 links to be removed, which I would say this watch here, in those 6 links, you get another 2 inches. So if you have a 9-inch wrist, this probably will fit you. There are no micro adjustments in the band. That's the only negative thing I have to say about it. That is because they put that dive extension in there. It would have been nice they put a couple, they could have done it on this side, a couple micro adjustments, because those are kind of nice. Sometimes you may lose, 5 pounds or gain 5 pounds. It's kind of nice to be able to not have to put another link back in. You can just simply pop the push pin and, kind of fine tune it to your wrist. Most watches do have that, but not a deal breaker for me because this watch fits my wrist perfectly. So without further ado, let me go ahead and throw it on the wrist here. And you can see what it looks like on a guy my size, my height, my weight. Once again, a 7-inch wrist, 5'7.5", about 170 pounds. And that's what this watch looks like on me, or on a guy my size. Great looking timepiece. I think, again, it's definitely something that if you're in the market for a watch that has that Submariner theme, I think you guys really can't go wrong with this. I mean, from a distance, nobody would really be able to tell. Again, I always say if you want the real deal, you want the Rolex name, buy the real deal. But there's a lot of folks out there who either, like myself, can't rationalize spending that much money for a Rolex just because it's not really my style of watch. But for naturally as a sample, as something that's in a cost-effective price point, this is perfect. And again, not everybody likes the large, big, over-the-top watch thing, and this is just a fantastic looking piece. Like I said, I wore it today to a job interview, and I just feel like it was the perfect watch for a situation like that. It's classy, it's sleek, it's noticeable, and I think you guys will definitely love it. And that's about it, folks. That's about it. That's the Aquasea Dive Watch, or as they say, Extraordinary Dive Watch. I want to go ahead and thank Aquasea for their generosity in sending me this sample to share with you guys in a review. It's definitely something I'm going to continue to wear. I don't know, something just classy about it. It kind of reminds me of when I wear my Aqua Dive. It's not, it's a watch that's not over the top and huge. It's going to get noticed. I mean, it's not really in your face, but it's a watch that when I wear, I feel like I have a sense of pride wearing it, and I think you guys will too. So alright guys, remember if you like the content, subscribe to the channel. Always a pleasure sharing this stuff with you guys. Almost up to 13,000 subscribers. We're right on the door there. I can't believe it. It's been a great journey. I love getting this product to share with you guys. Stay tuned for more Invictus. I'm sorry guys. I know I said I was going to upload 1 video per day at noon. I've been sick for the last week and a half. I don't know what the deal was. I know I ate some sushi, and right after that, I started getting just sick. I was in bed for a week. Just nauseous. Couldn't eat anything. You know how that goes when you're sick and you can't eat. You just get sicker and sicker. So, been up for the last 3 days. Feeling a lot better. Feeling good. Back on the video kick. And stay tuned for more, guys. I got a lot of Invicta watches to review. I have several smart home tech products I want to share with you guys. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to ask. I'm always on. Always get the thumbs ready to go to get you back to you guys, no matter where I'm at, and help you guys make a smart purchase. If you do like the content, do remember to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell though to be notified anytime I I upload a new video. And you guys have a fantastic afternoon. Thanks for watching and take care.